Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Black Rose Society, a game of swashbuckling action, suspenseful intrigue, and family dynamics beyond the dreams of therapists, all set here in the world of 7th Sea. My name is Dan McCurdy. I will be the storyteller this evening. You can find me at RevDMC247 on YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky, and if you find me anyone else, don't let anyone know. I might be hiding from the authorities. I'll allow my players to introduce themselves, starting with Chandler.
Hello, my name is Chandler. I am playing Arnau Cecero, or Arnie CC, depending on who you ask, which is nobody. And I am the very spooky capitalist that is also maybe steals things from people occasionally, like a capitalist. Alastriona.
Hi, I'm Abby. I actually am a therapist, but y'all couldn't afford my rates anyway. I play Alastriona Toran, Inishmore soldier, and really like brute squad eliminator extraordinaire. And I will pass it on to Asgeir.
Hey everybody, I'm Ryan. Tonight I'm playing Asgeir Ironhand, himbo, muscle daddy, and all around just wall of muscle that likes to throw things and push things down hills at people. You can find You can find me under Dark Domain RPGs both on Twitch and the YouTubes, where we specialize in horror stuff. And I'm just here to remind you guys, spay and neuter your GMs, guys. Demetrius.
And on that note, hi, I am Bell Comedy, Eric Bell. I will be playing Demetrius Penn, mercenary and former, possibly horrible human being, but is now love-stricken and failing horribly, but it's going to be a good time. Taking it over to Kelsey.
Hello, everybody. I'm just Kelsey, or at Farm Grown Nerd, whatever you know me from. TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, bunch of different places. I am playing Nikoletta von Richter this evening. She is a party Hexenwerker. It's fine. It's not evil. It's fine. Verity.
Hello, I am Rage Mouse on the Things That Matter, and I am Verity Laurys Victoire-Couteau of Montaigne, a duelist and a courtier. And we will see, Mr. Dimitri.
In our previous episode, the party had been moving through the zombie-stricken nation of Isen on the way to Richtersburg, the town, the home of the von Richter family, given that Nikoletta knew that one of the labyrinths, which so far had been holding the various star maps, seemed to be involved in some sort of ongoing plot involving Hexenwerk, could be found. However, they had run into quite a few complications along the way, not only the natural dangerousness of Eisen itself, but attacks, kidnappings, all sorts of different problems. While they were in the city of Freiburg, Demetrius Penn discovered that he was not as wealthy as he had previously thought he was when he went to check out where his personal stash was from his time as the Ghost, a thief. And upon discovering that it had been completely wiped out, and a note remained saying that if he wanted to ever see his treasure again, he could simply follow an old business associate, Marco, in the nation of Uzura. The party then made the journey over a course of a day to Richtersburg itself and the castle von Richter. And as they moved up, the people were so excited to see that Nikoletta had come home, but then there started to be whispers of trouble, and folks not wanting to say what exactly it was. And then when they got to the castle itself, Heinrich Meyer, steward of the house, informed Nikoletta that for 2 weeks, her father, Erich von Richter, the Freiherr or Baron of the castle, was missing. No time has passed. Nikoletta, you stand there. The rest of the party kind of awkwardly gathered around you. You have just gotten word that your father, no one seems to know where he is. What are you doing?
Heinrich, where was the last place he was seen?
Fräulein, the last person who I believe saw him was Erica. She...
Where is she?
I believe in your father's rooms.
You start walking.
Okay. As she takes off, he's like, Herrs and Fräulein, I assume you are with the fray, and come in. And he gestures for you all to follow her in.
She's kind of speed walking.
Are folks generally trying to keep up with her? Where are folks going? How are folks handling this?
Yeah, no. I remember the last time I let Nikoletta out of my sight. Nah, no.
Yeah, that was a whole thing.
Samesies. Verity's been on her ass from the moment she got back. She couldn't even go to get mail.
Paid to do this? We're not getting paid. Just like,
We're not.
So Nikoletta is power walking. Everyone seems to be power walk. Is there anyone who is not power walking after Nikoletta?
Arnau, sort of maybe walking after Nikoletta. Maybe if he sees something shiny, going elsewhere.
Same with Alastriona. Probably Arnau and Alastriona then are like more hold back, like, because Alastriona's like, she's fine.
Y'all are like, this is nice.
Looking around, those of you who are taking time to sort of take in, Nikoletta, why don't you tell us how your family home is generally decorated upon entering?
The family home is generally decorated in the family colors, which are just dark green. There's sachets of ribbons everywhere. It's not very opulent per se, but you can tell where there has been some money put into making the place look nice, if nothing else, just for the sake of of some form of appearance being upkept. It's meant to look as though this is the stewardship of the town without being so overly opulent as to be obnoxious.
Heinrich will approach Arnau and Alastriona, since they don't seem to be much enough. And he's like, yes, I'm sorry. You're seeing our house in a little bit of a disarray. I'm sure you can understand. Is there anything either of you need? Anything I could get for you in the immediate time?
Can you bring yourself peace?
Peace?
Yes.
This is
That would
Eisen.
help me.
We have not known much peace in some time, but if you're saying to relax and allow you to get a moment to recover from your journey, I can certainly do that.
Or can you seem very tense. Can you either find yourself some peace or find yourself a glass of wine? One or the other. Either one works. It seems like a little tense of a situation here, especially with what Nikoletta's dealing with. So just try to relax, because she's going to need somebody who can relax on her side in just a moment.
I don't know if you are very familiar with noble houses, sir. You have the look of Castilian nobility about you, but the Baroness has come to the castle. The staff relaxes when she tells us to.
And I'm telling you, she's not going to take very kindly to being called Baroness. So
I hope that Freiherr von Richter is well. But in Eisen, hope is often in short supply.
Like, what do you and him? Like,
but let's hope wine is not. Anyway.
Yes, if you are in need of beverages, our new wine store should have come in with this latest caravan, so that's probably still getting set up. But we certainly have some ale available.
Not for me, for all of you, because you're going to be very stressed out very quickly. So I recommend you go ahead and you get your libations out of the way, so that way when your new Baroness finds out that she's a Baroness for certain, you enjoy your last little bit of time before she has a stress meltdown.
He laughs. I've known Nikoletta for quite some time. When her time comes, even if it is not now, she will be very capable in the role.
Capable, yes. Stressed, also yes.
Undoubtedly, it's not an easy role. And you, Madam, terribly sorry, Heinrich Meyer.
Alastriona.
Good to meet you, and reaches out his hand. Inishmore, if I'm clocking your accent correctly.
Aye.
And apparently mimicking it in this moment, because that's how I go. That's how I do with an Irish accent.
Thought I mirrored the whole thing.
For a moment, I thought maybe the Highlands, but your name, sir?
Arnau Cecero.
Cicero. Oh, the winemakers.
Indeed.
We haven't been able to get any of your vintage for some time.
I'm working on it.
Excellent. Well, here, and he kind of shows you all to a table in the Grand Hall. Meanwhile, Nikoletta, you are power walking your way up the stairs, and it's weird how little of the place has changed over so many years. Everything's clean, everything's in good repair. It doesn't look like a house where everything has fallen apart, but there's no one. It's clear your father has not changed anything in the years since Sarah and Annalise died. And so everything is just kind of, the look of the place is static. Things are to be kept as they were in general. And you move up and you get to the family wing, where the master suite and Sarah's bedroom and your bedroom both were situated.
I'm still looking for Erica.
Going up to the master suite where he said she was, you knock and you hear a small voice find out. It's like, oh, come in.
Open the door. Erica.
And you see Erica Wagner. She used to be, well, probably still is, a merchant in the town. You knew that she and your father were starting to become close over the last couple of years after Annalise's death, and then you left on your adventures. She is moving around the rooms as if they are hers, and so that gives you reason to believe that the relationship has accelerated. She doesn't look like she's cleaning. She looks like this is where she sleeps. Nikoletta, how did you get the letter so quickly? We weren't even entirely sure where you were.
I did not receive any letters. I came here for other reasons. Where is my father?
It's been 13, 14 days. Last I saw him, I was... and she gets a little shy. There's some blushing in the face. I was going to bed, and I asked if he was going to be coming soon, and he said there was something he had to look into. It might be a late night for him. And I woke up in the morning and he had not come to bed.
Might be a late night. Was he carrying anything when he said this?
He was carrying a candelabra.
All right. I'm going to walk to what I know has been, like, throughout her life, been his side of the bed and check the bedside table to see if there's a notebook or a journal or anything.
Okay. It looks a little bit disturbed, like she has probably done that kind of search as well. You do see several books that look like they might have been what he was reading recently. All of them various titles on the subject of the Fey War.
Okay. I grab those. She turns to head out of the room, kind of stops, turns back and walks back across to Erica and puts one hand on her shoulder. Do not worry. I will find him. Okay?
I worry what you'll find after 2 weeks, but it's good that you are here.
Well, you're not.
Before too long, you should speak to Abelard.
Why?
Abelard Hoffman is your cousin and the heir to the estate following your name. He grew up in Freiburg. You two were aware of each other. You met in a couple of very formal occasions, but the families were not close. They weren't distant either. They weren't at odds with one another, but his family's holdings are north of Freiburg. And so there just wasn't reason to interact.
Is he here?
He's in one of the guest suites.
Of course he is.
Heinrich called out to him when your father had been missing for a few days.
I just have to have a talk with Heinrich about that. All right. I'll see to him here shortly. Finding my father is more important. Like I said, worry not, I will find him. You know my father. He's not gone.
If anyone can stubborn their way through whatever he's fallen into, it would be Eric.
Exactly.
Freiherr von Richter. She eyes kind of glancing to the others in the room.
She'll turn to Demetrius. You've met Demetrius before.
Eric.
Yes.
Asgeir.
Okay.
Did Alastriona and Arnau follow us too, or are they just kind of puttering?
No, they're puttering in the Great Hall at the moment.
And Verity, Laurys, Victoire-Couteau.
Oh, very good to meet you. Erica is a lovely woman. You would probably guess lower to mid 40s. Long brown hair, some streaks of gray in it.
She turns around immediately after that and says, "I'm terribly sorry. I don't mean to be rude," and walks to her father's study.
Okay. You walk to the study, and it is locked.
Erica, my dear, do you have the key?
Erica pokes her head out of the door. Oh, no. Heinrich had it locked after we looked in there so people wouldn't be going through his things. I don't have a copy of it, but he would.
Heinrich! No, she doesn't actually yell it. She starts, she walks.
As you are heading to where you saw him last, you actually see him coming up the stairs.
Heinrich, key.
Which one?
The study.
Oh, right. He pulls out a fairly heavy key ring, jangling with a bunch of them, and looks through, selects, and walks over and unlocks the door and opens it for you.
She immediately shoulders her way past him and into the room. She walks to the desk, checking across the entire desk, see if there's any paper strewn across it, if there is anything in the drawers that is moved or misplaced.
It looks like he was in the midst of a project. As you're digging through, you see maps of Eisen. You see a word on several of the different noble families. It's older books, so before the fall, but they are still mostly noble families now, and a couple of written letters on the subject of a family called, and now the name is the Helmuts. You can tell just by a quick scan with your scholarship.
Okay. There has to be something in this study. I don't know where he would have hidden it.
Nikki, were you aware that there's one of those star chambers under your family house?
I suspected it when I saw my family crest underneath several ruins and chartreuse.
Could be a position that he may have investigated.
That is what I'm thinking as well, but I'm hoping to find maybe something else in here. I don't know. She starts shaking the books loose. Maybe he put a piece of paper in between the pages somewhere.
Go ahead and give me I should have a character sheet open. Hang on. Let's pull open Arnau's. It's always good for some chaos. Go ahead and give me your wits and either notice or scholarship. Scholarship being speed reading the stuff. Notice being
okay. And I get one for Claire. 6, 9, 10. 3 raises.
3 raises. It takes a little bit of time. As she is looking around, what are other people up to?
I would go over to Erica.
Mm-hmm.
Erica, my dear.
Demetrius.
Who was his god?
His who? His guide?
His god. Who was
his
in
god.
charge? I
Oh.
imagine he would not just investigate without having some blade by his side.
There wasn't any one specifically assigned god. He always had one for his daughters, but never one for himself, despite everything we talked to. That night, I believe God Captain Meyer had been talking to him a little bit earlier.
Captain Meyer. Am I familiar with Captain Meyer?
He was he came on shortly after you did. Was one of the had survived a lot of rangings and so had been slowly promoted up and into the palace. You recall him being generally honorable and competent, not brilliant. There's a reason he was a captain of the guard and not like being attached to one of the militaries, but did well enough within the castle.
And his captain, what?
Captain, hang on. No, I gave you the wrong last name. Meyer is Heinrich's last name. Schmidt. Captain Schmidt.
Schmidt. All right. Another person we should talk to. Look, would he have had like weaponry like around like even if it was ceremonial, but imagine
so
he had
in
some
his
type of weapons and seeing if that it was it. Did he take his blade with him when he left?
She kind of glances around and sees where his cavalry armor is still hanging up in his rooms. The lighter armor that he would do while moving around is not, and his sword does seem to be missing.
Okay, that's what I do.
Verity. What is Verity getting up to while Nikoletta is searching the room for random things?
I mean, to be honest, if she sees Nikoletta start shaking books, she's gonna start shaking.
Okay.
She's gonna be like touching like sconces and seeing if they move. She's gonna be like tipping really pretty books and then like sniffing weird stuff she finds sitting in places. She's going to be incredibly fascinated at being in the lab as far as her terms of when she's like, I've fantasized about what she lived like. And she's just like,
please be a secret wall. Please be a secret wall.
Yeah, she's just like, no, I get to live a fantasy. One of these things is going to do something cool.
Go ahead and give me your wit to notice. Asgeir.
So almost in the same vein as Verity, but he's going and checking out things that absolutely don't make sense. Like, I imagine like there's this fireplace and the windows and the curtains, just like the things you wouldn't check because they absolutely have no reason to be checked.
All right, wits to notice. Nicoletta, you had 3, correct?
Yes.
The more you dig and the more you're going around, the more and more you find until you finally find a letter from the Duke of Heinzel. It is the beginning of a overture that's being made in order to start reuniting Eisen. He has had a significant success in the West and is hoping to make contact with the various High Lords in the East. And even though the von Richters are not a particularly powerful family, they are incredibly honorable and well trusted. And so he knows that the backing of the Baron von Richter would be of huge benefit. That seems to have been weighing on his mind a lot based on what you're finding just on the tape round. Verity, what did you get? 2. On your 2, unfortunately, at one point, one of the sconces turns and you get a little bit excited and all it does is start to spill oil a little bit. And so you put the sconce back and nothing seems to be loose or moving. You're shaking around the books. You do manage to find, you would stumble upon a packet of love letters from Erica. that seem to have been kept and sort of put off of the side. And his language tends towards the formal. Hers, you would feel comfortable calling this part of a seduction. Erica was shooting her shot with the Baron.
I imagine Nikoletta probably wanders over at some point and goes,
Did you find what you were looking for?
I found a few things. It seems you found more interesting reading. She just pockets the letter.
Oh no, I was just seeing who it was from.
I don't blame you, Verity. If it weren't my father, I would find it interesting as well.
Erica, who is having a conversation with Demetrius, glances over and sees what Verity is seeing and just blushes red as a sunset. And
You have excellent penmanship, milady.
Asgeir, you were looking in the fireplace. 2 races. Definitely didn't go in the fireplace. Some burns and some soot on your boots kind of prove to you that. You're looking around, but when you open up the window and you're kind of looking around, nice view that he had from his study. Better one up in some of the towers, maybe, but this room seemed to have a good view of because the Castle von Richter is on the top of a hill that all of Richtersburg is on, and so it's got you can have a good idea of how the town's doing from here. But as you glance over, you notice what appears to be a ladder worked into the wall that one could fairly easily climb, go out of the window and climb up. Leaning over out the window, at 2 raises, you are going to take 1 minor wound. From at one point, you slightly overlean and have to catch yourself from falling out the window.
I figure like it's just lower down. They think so. Like ow, ow, ow.
But yeah, there is a way to climb up.
Oh, you know who's good at climbing out windows? Demetrius.
That was a unnecessary jab, Asgeir, but you are correct. There's a strong technique. See, you use the frame. It has a strong base, and then you do it.
All right, so now people are aware of the ladder out the window.
Nicolette is waiting for Demetrius to go up, and then she immediately then follows.
All right, Demetrius, you climbing the ladder to see where it goes?
Yeah, I'm climbing the ladder.
All right, go ahead and give me your brawn and athletics.
You know, there's a difference with experience of doing it and being skilled at doing it.
And I totally believe you are skilled.
All righty. And you said, what am I rolling?
Brawn and athletics.
Brawn and athletics. Oh, that's not great. All right.
Remember, if you fall, aim for the bushes.
Are you sure you want the 4 out of aim?
That's been the problem.
The number of times you've been called on to do athletics, are you sure aim is your next?
Aim is always the appropriate way of doing it. God, where are all my D10s?
Demetrius falls out the window.
1 raise.
1 raise. Got a leftover die?
I do have a leftover dice. Would you like it?
Would you like to sell it to me?
Yeah, I'll sell it to you.
All right, go ahead. Take you a hero point.
I mean, like, you know, Nikki's dad already dead, so. You know.
All right, Demetrius. It's not. Maybe it's because Verity's right there. Maybe it's.
I don't have that much experience. It's just I know the stories. There's so many stories, but most of the time it's only like. Right
So you need the proper motivation. I see.
You fling open the window, you jump out, and you're trying to do the broad swing around like your cape blowing in the wind, and you're making it look good because you are a performer, and one of your hands slip. And for a second, you were dangling a little bit before you finally managed to get your other hand up and climb up. Go ahead and take 2 minor wounds from a little bit of buffeting, but
Cool.
You are able to start climbing your way up, and this is going a decent ways up, and you have a layout in your head of the castle. Because you were a thief before you came to work for the Von Richters, and there was like just old habits. You cased the place, and you're looking around, checking everything out, and so, but it occurs to you have no idea where this ladder might be going, like because you're near the top of the family keep. It's not any of the towers, and you go up and you push open a wooden. Not even a full window, like it's not entirely sealed. It's, like the slat windows that sometimes folks have on attics. And pushing that in, you find a chamber you weren't expecting. And it seems like this is the primary way to get to it. All right. After Demetrius goes up and into there, Nikoletta, you were following right after him. Go ahead and give me your brawn and athletics.
Oh, this is going to be funny.
Is that one die?
Oh, that's not near as bad as I thought it was. 2.
All right. 1 minor, but probably mostly from you're in your dress and everything. But you get out and you manage to climb your way up as well. Who all is climbing the ladder? Just making this quick.
You know what? I'll go. I conned him into it.
All right. Brawn and athletics.
Do I have the highest one out of the? 4.
4. So easy climb. Would you like to make an edit?
Yeah, in the sense of like, since he's going last, kind of like gracefully nudging the other 2 up, and when they get up, there's definitely like a platform that they can climb onto to make the dismount easier.
Okay. That'll make the return climb down not a risk. So you get up and get in. It will also make the following climb up not a risk, Verity, if you want to go. But if you're cool hanging out in the study,
there's drama up here.
At the moment.
But I rolled a 3.
Oh, you had already rolled. You wouldn't have taken wounds anyway, so you managed to.
Fine.
Make your way up.
Listen, I got 4 10s on that one. All right, leave me alone.
All right. While you all are climbing ladders and going into secret rooms, we are going to shoot back down to the Great Hall. While the 2 of you are hanging out, a somewhat large man, taller, not about of average height for Eisner's, a decent-sized belly on him, looking like money. You would recognize Arnau particularly. This looks like an Eisner who has money to spend. Kind of steps into the Great Hall. He's got good clothes on. He's got a goblet in his hand that he's sipping from. Oh, I see there are guests in the house. Other guests, I suppose I should say.
Yes, indeed. Arnau Cecero at your service. And would you like to introduce yourself, Madame Toran?
Madam. Just Alastriona.
All right. Good to meet you both. Abelud Hoffman of the Hoffmans of Freiburg. With some of the recent unrest, I've been called out here.
You've been called out here, yes. Certainly. Good to hear that with the unrest. Good to hear. Tell me, what is your position with the family?
Oh, a distant cousin in point of fact, but communication has been sent out in the Baron's absence to his daughter, and should something befall her, I would be the next in line.
Well, good for you to hear that she has returned.
Oh, did you come with her? Fantastic. Do you know where she is?
Not at the moment, no. I think she was going up to her father's chambers, but I'm not entirely certain. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the rather lackluster designer decor here, and was sort of entranced by how it could be improved.
He laughs a bit and he's like, the von Richters have occasionally been conservative in how they have used their fortune. To their credit, their soldiers are always fed. Their city's always in good repair. So it's not that the money goes to bad places. You're just such an old family, you would expect. If you want trophies, I suppose.
Perhaps their trophies is a lack of such.
There are some who think that way, and it certainly fits New Eisen. In the old days, as I understand it, the von Richters were considered, well, sticks in the mud in general, but that stalwartness has certainly served them well as having a fortress such as this.
Indeed. So, you say unrest brings you here, but there seems not to be any unrest here in von Richtersburg. So
unrest in terms of uncertain leadership. It's fine as things are now, but if, say, a swarm were to come, or certain political decisions needing to be made, the absence of a sitting baron puts the city and the town rather in a place of discomfort, particularly with all of the workings happening out east.
And do you think you are skilled enough to make those decisions?
One can only hope, if it falls to me. The reason I'm here is if that is required. But given that Nikoletta has arrived, I imagine in a few days it will be time for me to return home to Freiburg.
Well, I'm certain Freiburg misses you very much.
As much as any second son has ever missed, unfortunately.
Well, it is wonderful to meet you, darling. That being said, I do think you may have more to do here than you would wish. I feel as if Nikoletta would prefer not to be tied down.
Abelard smiles and says, Castilian?
Indeed.
You all are in a bit of similar unrest yourselves, are you not?
There
What
are
with
conflicts.
Good King Sandoval, not on the mainland, but in the hands of the church?
The king in our country was merely a figurehead in the first place. It is us, the Grand Lords, who really ran the country, as it were. So, not much has changed, no.
Well, very interesting. Anyway, I shall. I was actually going to look and see if any food was on the verge of being prepared. Would you care to join me? Get something to eat? You have the look of travel dust on you.
Yes, indeed. I think I shall join you. I do indeed have travel dust, and I would love a good meal, dear Abelard.
Okay. He takes you off to kind of the tables, and some servants very quickly are bringing out some food and some wine. Back upstairs, all of you find yourself in another study. You can see a former like stairway type thing where it seems most of the furniture was brought up, but it was then worked over, covered and sealed, so that the only way in and out seems to be the ladder through the window. There's a set of armor here, light and leather, worked with symbols that no one is recognizing right off right off the top. You can see a desk. You see quite a few books. You see maps of Eisen. And that's kind of what's seen. And there is an oil lamp that is not currently lit by the table. Though for now, the light coming in through the open shutter seems to be enough to at least kind of glance around.
All right. Well, Demetrius is the one that gets in first, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you want to pull
Yeah,
out first.
I'm looking through. First thing I will check out is the weaponry
Mm-hmm.
and the armor. Is it Nikki's dad's size? Would it?
You could definitely see Eric wearing this. As you're glancing over it, this is assassin weaponry. This is for someone who's moving quickly. This is for someone move in, strike hard, move out.
In my time with Eric, did he give off a sense that he used to? What was he, a combatant or more politician?
Give me your wits and empathy.
All right, I actually have my dice now, so that is not a lot of dice. Okay, 3 in wits, 1 in empathy, and 1 for flair. Ooh, 1, 2.
Most of the time, Eric just seemed like a kindly lord, honorable. Like the best example, like you came here without much expectation of nobility. He always impressed you. That said, you were comparing him to the merchant princes, so the bar was in hell. But he always struck you as noble. Was, you believe, aware of your relationship with Sarah and did not try to separate the two of you. Mm-hmm. She implied that they had a talk about it, but he never changed his attitude towards you or anything. But there were moments that are coming to your mind as you think about it when there was a sense of violence and like him choosing to restrain himself and sending you or sending one of the other guards, or a moment of danger from him. It was never more than an instant. And the sort of thing, because you thought you knew him, that you always just sort of brushed off. But as you are considering it,
all right,
maybe this was what you were seeing in those little flashes. Around this time, Nikoletta comes up behind you.
This seems very... Would she have ever seen that set of armor before? Yeah, I didn't
No
think so.
awareness that this room was a thing.
Mm-hmm. She takes a quick glance around, kind of like clocks the armor, just sort of stares at it for a dead minute, shakes her head, and walks over to the oil lamp to light it.
Mm-hmm. As you light the lamp, right there next to it, there is a letter addressed to you.
I open the letter.
You can see it has been written and scratched out numerous times. It is not a completed letter about what the family was doing, about Sarah's responsibilities crossed out, about what it actually meant to be a von Richter crossed out. Not like horrifically obscured. You can still, it was like he kept starting and stopping this letter over and over again and never completed.
All those times you can sit there and talk, and when it comes to writing it down, like, get this! She folds it up and puts it in her pocket.
And there in front of you is armor, and you can immediately see at a glance it would have fit him like a glove. He was always in good shape, Eric. Life of the noble never made him soft.
Demetrius, are you finding anything over there?
I'm finding the workings of an assassin. Light blades, tight armor, easy to fit in the cloaks, blend well with the darkness.
Asgeir, around now you're coming into the room.
Yeah, he kind of steps in on that note. And of course, anybody talking about weapons, armor, immediately kind of strikes that like hyperfixation because like that's his craft.
Asgeir, as you look at it, you recognize that armor, or at least an armor of that description, has come into your awareness before. Because apparently assassins wearing armor like this have occasionally targeted members of the Vendel League.
Definitely thrown one or two overboard, protecting Arnau. It's fine.
They've never come after Arnau. But whenever the Vendel League was trying particularly to take advantage of things in Eisen, sometimes an overly aggressive merchant would reach a bad end.
Yeah, he'd kind of walk up. I imagine Demetrius is already there by it, but he walks up, kind of like rubs a thumb over a joint by like the shoulder, like
Clearly masterwork.
this
This is old Eisner work.
This is the old world. You don't send people wearing this after just anyone.
I wasn't aware anyone sent my father after anyone.
Well, we all have skeletons, Nikoletta.
Someone does the armor look like it's old, like it's an older, like it's something from back in the day, or it's like newly outfitted? I understand it might fit him now, but is the material like?
Yeah,
Like
as you were
worn,
looking
faded.
into this, actually, let's go ahead and give me wits and scholarship. It could be Asgeir too.
Hey,
Let's go. We got this, buddy.
Asgeir, I'm going to give you an additional bonus die because of your blacksmithing.
Masterwork cracker, baby.
Yeah, that is a 1 for me.
Oh,
Right.
okay. We started with 1.
All you can immediately make out is that the design is old
Mhm.
and top quality. Like you would not be excited to cross swords with someone wearing this
No.
armor.
I squeezed that a 3. And it's only because I got that extra die.
Asgeir, you could not recreate this armor with what you know now about blacksmithing.
Mm.
It's not Drakenisen, but it is incredibly well made and is even beyond you at this moment.
This kind of craftsmanship, it's been lost. I couldn't even hope to make something like this.
Then it would mean that whoever could, it's a short list of people.
If there's anyone even still around that can.
Taking a look, you can see that it has had some recent work, mostly fitting, but you would guess this material and this make at least 3 or 4 generations old.
Most likely handed down and then refit for the new bearer.
So I don't believe Eric was a sewn or armorer. Someone had to refit him. Maybe the
Around
royal
this time, Verity is entering the room.
What?
You finally made it up the ladder.
You are now up the ladder and you were in the room with everyone else.
Like I already did it.
Okay, Nikoletta, as you were continuing through your searching, behind the armor, you actually see some blueprints.
She'll pull those out and carry them over to the desk by the lamp.
You can see that this was instructions for the next refitting of the armor.
Looking for a name.
It was to be done for Sarah.
Oh, the urge to grow something.
Hold on, I'll go get Arnau.
She shoves the blueprints towards Asgeir. There, you wanted to take a closer look at it? Have fun. And she starts digging through the desk. She's getting more irritated by the minute.
I don't think
Asgeir-
anybody has seen Asgeir's eyes this wide.
As you're looking at it, it's not instructions on how to make the armor, but it's instructions on how to refit the armor so that it would fit someone of a much different build. And this is useful info. This is like, how do you reshape it without unmaking it? And you're good. But these instructions are clever enough that almost any competent blacksmith could follow them.
Which means I could do it better.
Mm-hmm. And you can see that the measurements that it had in mind in the specifications are for a named Sarah von Richter, which I believe is a name Asgeir is not familiar with.
I don't think either of the two familiar have uttered it around him yet.
No,
think
not
yet.
particularly.
Nope.
Sarah.
My sister.
Demetrius.
I immediately like, Asgeir, if I may.
It's
And
just for her.
what the fuck? Wait, no.
Demetrius.
In my
As you were looking at this, you were remembering Sarah often sparred with you. The two of you would fight together, and she approached it as, hey, in case I ever need to defend myself, would you help? Go ahead and give me another wits and empathy.
God damn it.
And add a die to this.
So your dad's Batman, and your sister's going to become Red Hood?
I didn't write any of this, damn it.
I mean, if she's less mentally stable, she could be Damien.
Nobody wants to be Damien.
No, I mean,
She was
nobody wants to.
Sarah was learning from you.
Nobody wants to be Timmy.
You truly believe she was very interested in how Vidachans fought. But there were always times when you were just impressed at how naturally she took to the blade. And putting it together, you're like, she had another teacher.
And I'm the one with the fucking secrets. Just pacing and like kind of
What
recapping.
secrets?
Every time me and Sarah would spend time together, we would spar. Every time she got better, but a lot faster. I thought she was just a quick study.
Mm-hmm. That speaks of her secrets. You said you thought you was the one with some. Why?
Life prior and murder. Nothing to do with whatever this is.
Boy, aren't you lucky I don't metagame.
Down below,
All right.
Arnau, you are having a lovely meal. Very Eisner. Very lots of sausage, lots of fried breads, it's very heavy. Ale is poured out, and Abelard is drinking with you. Do you have the can't get drunk?
No,
You have
no,
can't
I
get
do
drunk.
not.
So
Yeah,
He's lost
So-
many a coin to his buddy Asgeir because of this.
So, how is Arnau approaching drinking with the apparent alternate heir to the von Richter family?
he's not drinking much because Arnau never usually does, unless he's been challenged by Asgeir, in which he will lose vigorously. Because he has to protect his honor. So he's not drinking much. He's taking a drink here, a drink there, eating a decent amount of food with it. Being a good guest, because there is such a thing as being a good guest as well as being a good host. But not drinking a ton. It's here for business, and who knows? This could be a difficult situation at some point. So he's got to be aware. Can't be.
Mhm.
We can't be like too drunk. At least not
Abelud
today.
is like, so you are a grande down in
Indeed.
Castillo.
Indeed. I recently inherited my title.
Ah. Are you often about and abroad?
Quite often. I work with the Vendel League. That's my family has a long history of trade. So, long ties have burgeoned into a greater relationship.
The old Hauser League is always where my family has tended to do our business, though I understand the Vandel absorbed a few of our houses when Eisen fell.
Indeed, it is quite unfortunate. After all, the competition of the Hauser League has led many of our lords to be more or less has led many of our lords to be less than skilled, I'd argue. They have relied too much on our monopolies now.
Competition is good, and unfortunately, with trade across Eisen in the state it is currently in, we just have not been in a position to compete. Though that might be changing. I don't know if you've heard.
I have indeed. I have actually already myself. Once I had heard the news, I've already sent news to my superiors that we should invest in the new lord, the new queen.
The Duke of Heinzel, his political acumen is considerable, particularly some of his connections with the Inish. But his new Duchess, Verhild, quite the skilled warrior, and masterful trainer of troops.
So I've heard. I hope to test her skill one day.
As I understand it, she quite enjoys combating duelists. Herself, she is one who fights with the iron glove. Earned her pin on the coin of a Freiburg lord, as it happened.
Oh, impressive.
That was back when she was just a mercenary captain.
Wasn't your coin, was it, darling?
No, not my family, unfortunately. We certainly took interest in her and her abilities, but she was always loyal to whoever had paid her most recently, and never went against a contract. Eyes in her honor. It holds still, even to this day.
It's good to hear. There was an old saying that there was nothing stronger than Eisner's word, and I've found that in Nikoletta.
In these days, in many cases, it is all we have left.
Indeed. But
you mentioned that she might not particularly want to inherit the family. May I ask what you meant by that?
I mean, she may not wish to remain in land indefinitely. You may find yourself a position of regent for the time being.
Well, until I'm told I'm no longer needed, might as well stay here. The next caravan to Freiburg won't be for a few days anyway. Thank you.
Well,
I have. It's been some time since Hauser representative has had much chance to interact with a Vendel representative. You are all always brutal opponents, but the Vestin mentality that you all brought to the game was one that we enjoyed going up against.
The Vestin are also skilled with an iron glove, but I've always been one to. I brought with me Castilian silk, and so that's how I prefer to use my.
He gives a glance to the league strat hatchets that you keep on your belt.
It's my
And
very
he's like,
obvious pin.
Yeah, not entirely silk, but very well. Back up to the room where everyone else is at. As you were all digging around, Nikoletta, as you are getting more and more agitated, is there anything anywhere else you look, anything, or anyone else as you're kind of puttering around in there?
She's just again looking for the same thing that she was imagining trying to find whenever she went into the study. Anything that she can find, maybe about the catacombs down below the castle. I understand that she's done most of. Well, she thought she's done most of the research up until this point, but she's trying to see if she can find any additional information.
Go ahead and give me a wits and scholarship as you search for the.
3.
3. Okay. As you are just digging through random stuff, suddenly you come on a journal of his, and it's talking about his various, as a younger man, journeys into the catacombs. Apparently, he had done a fair decent bit of mapping, moving around down there, checking things out. Originally, he talked about his desire for finding monsters and that sort of thing. But generally, no. There were occasionally rats, but other than that, moving through, he talked about when he discovered the tomb of his great-grandfather. His great-grandfather, one moment, Baron Friedrich von Richter, and his notes on having found that and the treasure within, which he left alone. And repeated notes to on the subject of, I feel like there's something else down here. I don't know what.
She doesn't get too much into that right now. I have to put that hand over the side chat. She closes the journal, puts it in her, tucks it into her pocket, and goes, "Is there anything that either of you is finding in here that you want to look at further?" She's looking to Demetrius, Asgeir, and Verity.
Asgeir has taken the blueprint notes back again, and he's just like looking at it like, oh, the stitcher. Oh, of course, I never would have thought of that. And and here, like tucking this is really genius. I hope you understand this. Like, this is amazing.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, Asgeir.
When you've seen like Nikoletta pour over like scholarship or like magical things, the tables have flipped.
Himbo has found his hyperfixation.
I have a few notes in my own study that I'm going to compare these two. If you want to stay, that is where I will be going.
Nikki,
Yes.
did you ever have an instructor with the blade? A blade instructor? Do you remember Sarah ever having one?
Do I?
Everything you know about the blade, Sarah taught you.
She
Well,
taught
or
me-
Demetrius after the fact, but
she taught me what little I know myself. I assume she learns that from you.
Anyone in your father's employ that could have also taught her? That may have been, she was around more?
We have any number of guards that might have shown her a thing or two.
Which ones would have kept the secret, though? Who might have known how to fight and teach her, but would also speak nothing of it keep
My,
it.
s- my sister did not need to keep secrets. If she wanted to learn something, she learned. My
And
father
yet
thought
you
about
didn't
education quite
know
thoroughly.
about any of this.
She kind of looks around the room, and the look on her face says, I thought I knew my family.
Which is why I ask who might have helped her and kept the secret.
I do not know.
Who is still here that might have?
Heinrich! Walks down the stairs. Or down the
No,
ladder.
no, sir. So you all are able to go down the ladder. Heinrich, very concerned at everyone just having climbed out the window, is sort of looking up when you all climb back down. Actually, give me anyone who would have a chance to really be clocking him. I need empathy rolls. Wits and empathy.
Yes. I've been waiting for. Is it wits and empathy?
Mm-hmm.
What are you rolling? How many?
Hey, one. But I worked for this dot and
Total.
empathy.
How many total?
4.
It's the same as I'm gonna give you a hero point.
Yeah. It's that 2 extra, right?
There's 3 extra.
3 extra. Oh yeah. We're gonna pull you out. And then that's I have enough to make 3.
All right.
Just to do your flare.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So 3 and 2. Nikoletta, on a 2, you've known Heinrich literally your whole life. He had other jobs at some points, but was always with the household staff. And around the time you were like 5 or 6, became the primary steward. And you know him well. You know he's not surprised that there was a room up there. Asgeir, he doesn't mind that Nikoletta's been up there. If anything, you would say he's relieved about it. He's really not sure about the rest of you having been up there.
I don't know. They should lock their doors better.
Heinrich, you don't look in the least bit surprised.
No. Nikoletta, I have been in your Vater service for all my life. I didn't always approve of his decisions. He rarely used it. His business was here, he said, not playing politics.
You know about all that. She points out the window. Did you know about his plans for Sarah?
I did. And so did she.
I
He had been
figured.
training her for some time.
He trained her himself?
And found other teachers for her as well.
Who?
They would serve as guard captains. They would be visiting tutors. You remember the tutors he constantly had going through. He was... And he cared deeply for your education as well, but he was adamant that you be left to your studies, the ones you wanted to pursue.
I remember.
When Sarah died, I only asked once if he would start training you instead.
Why me instead?
With Sarah gone, you were the heir.
Heinrich, you've seen me try to run down the street.
He could have
taught me to trip over my feet more gracefully. 9. I have notes to compare this to.
He said that all things end.
I have notes to compare this to, and no time for this nonsense. I have to find my father. And she pulls the journal out that she was reading up in the room and walks to her study.
Okay. Is everyone sticking with her? Anyone interjecting or asking questions? Demetrius.
I would stick with Nikoletta.
Okay. You all are now in yet another study. If anything, better appointed than his. Now you're starting to put together, because not all of his study material was in that room. Some of it was up above. But describe how Nikoletta's study is arranged and what all she has.
Nikoletta's study is arranged in such a fashion as the desk is in the center of the room. All along the outside of the walls are tables. There are beakers, there are books, there are shelves, there are collections of various scientific equipment. There's some things that have things still bubbling in them. Just seems to be kind of consistently bubbling for no reason, just going as though some small
Still, like, how long has she been gone?
like some small experiment that was just left to do its thing in a contained environment.
As you were looking at all this, Verity, you recognize a book.
Oh God.
This is shocking.
Oh God.
So, Veronique Ambrosia wrote a book on the subject of seduction. It is on Nikoletta's shelf.
Oh, I'm sure it's just a bunch of stuff about touching ankles.
No, you know this book. You were made to read it. It is, and you would also know, like, banned in quite a few places around the world. Most ardently in Verity itself. It's the sort of thing most fathers don't want their daughters reading, particularly in noble families.
She'd pull it off the shelf, look at the inside cover, look at the condition of the pages, and would do the whole sets it down to see where it happens to fall to naturally.
Nikoletta?
What is the most viewed chapter?
Yeah.
Where does the spine seem to muscle memory, so to speak?
The spine muscle memories into several places and kind of does that thing where it's like a chunk here, a chunk there, a chunk here, a chunk there, a couple pages. It doesn't seem to have one specific spot.
And the
that it settles
condition
in.
of the pages, as in how many times?
There's no dog earring, but there's wearing on the edges of the pages like it's been read a few times.
And is there anything written on the front cover? As it was very common that you would give messages if it was a gift, you would sign if it was yours, or maybe it belonged to someone else in your family and you inherited it. I'm just curious where the book got into her hands.
In VR is written in the very corner the initials Nikoletta von Richter, and that's it.
Yeah, she bought it herself. Good. Just puts it back. Actually,
Demetrius,
no.
you would also
She would
recognize the
flip
books.
it and mark it and put it back. It's the chapter about ankles.
It's a good chapter.
All right.
She's pulling out the journal that she found, and she's grabbing her separate journals that she made about the catacombs under the castle herself to try to compare notes.
Mm-hmm. As you are cross-referencing, you get the impression that your father was regularly going to places that you avoided just because they didn't seem to be architecturally sound. Places where there were pitfalls, places where you're like, why would I go there? The stuff I'm interested in is over here and is all perfectly fine and safe. He was looking for adventure. and was moving around several places. But between your notes and his, you were able to get a slightly more improved version of a map of that labyrinth. You also remember sometimes looking around feeling like you hadn't found the purpose of the labyrinth yet. Like it was clearly obfuscating something. And you didn't think you'd ever found what, but that wasn't why you were down there. So
yeah. So as she's poring over all this, she kind of like glances up at some point, sees the book that Verity grabs and goes, I might have enough information here to be able to he might be down in the labyrinth. I don't know, but it's worth a try. And at any rate, the reason I suggested we come here is down there anyway.
Is GM. I do recall Sarah telling me the way Nikoletta could speak to her. Do I recall the process of that? Like I remember.
You remember Nikoletta using a unguent that allowed her spirit to leave her body in order to do recognizance. You remember hearing that it was dangerous, and her body appeared to be dead while she was doing it.
Okay. Nikki, that stuff you took last time, it was a while back in the Star Chambers where you looked like you died.
Yes, the late walk.
One of the conversations I had with Sarah told me if you use that, you could contact her.
I thought you said you weren't certain if this was truly Sarah.
It's enough is going on that I don't think Sarah is in control, though. And considering you telling me that Patchface also seemed like he was talking like he wasn't fully in control. He was always being told what to do. Every time I talked to Sarah, it seemed like she couldn't always tell me what to do. I don't trust it.
But it is still an avenue that needs visiting at some point. Perhaps after we finish speaking to my great-grandfather.
All righty. I'm with you.
Well, who's ready to talk to a corpse?
That's one day I'm going to get used to that question.
You've seen corpses walk around. You've seen them go and all that nonsense up until this point. This
horrible conversationalists. Yes.
This one will speak.
Do we have to touch it?
I'd prefer it if you didn't. I'm not entirely.
Well, I was not going to. Don't you worry. I wouldn't touch anything down there if I don't have to. There's lots of bodies. Yes, many of your dead relatives.
Well, most of them are in mausoleums. It's not necessarily out and about to be touched. It's that part was Otto's doing.
Besides your great-great-grandfather just walking around.
Not if we're lucky.
Oh, okay.
Would you rather I lie to you?
No.
I'd like it if you would stay where you're supposed to be. That's all.
I am in my castle, Verity. Where else am I supposed to be?
It is your castle.
She kind of stops dead at that and just grabbing books.
How dangerous will this whole thing be?
If it's as I think it is down there, not dangerous at all. If anything has changed, then I cannot guarantee anyone's safety.
Okay, so with our luck, okay, grabs the axe. I'm ready.
Should we find Arnau and Alastriona?
Of course.
Downstairs, Arnau. For the record, I'm spending a villain point. You're feeling good.
This is why I grabbed the axe.
You're feeling pretty good.
Nobody ever listened.
Like you've good food, good drink, another businessman, someone who understands doing what it takes, what you got to do. in the name of profit and stuff like this. A competitor, but an honorable one. And he kind of grins as he looks you over and says, the hour is getting late. I should probably go to bed in case I'm called upon in the morning. I will be heading to my rooms. Arnau, could you do me a favor, please?
Whatever, dear friend.
When you get a chance to talk to Nikoletta, I would highly recommend you sticking a bug in her ear so that she will know to support how important it is for the von Richters to support reunification. And Arnau, this sounds like a great idea. Yeah. The von Richter name would mean a lot. Yeah. You can see it. It'd be good for business. It'd be good for everyone.
It'd be really good for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It not like that was totally not already my idea. Yeah. I will let you know. I've already put a bit of a bug in her ear, but I can make certain that I will make certain to do a little bit more, if it would please you.
Oh, it would please me very much. The von Richters have always been so conservative. They're always hesitant to mess with the status quo. But from what I've seen of Nikoletta and what I've heard, I imagine she will be doing things differently. Have a good night, Arnau.
You as well.
And walks away. And this is probably a good time for a break. We'll go ahead and take one now, and we will rejoin you shortly. But as you're looking around there, you glance and notice that a couple of crates of coal and wood and other things that have been brought down here have been sort of shifted around a bit and have created this little cubby almost. Like there's one over it, like it's got a little mini roof.
He's gonna peek in there. He's nosy.
You go over and looking under, you see a small little blanket, a couple of stuffed animals, and a little mini tea set. One other thing, you see a small chalkboard is in there too, with a piece of chalk on it near it. That looks like it's been used for drawing and stuff like that.
I gotcha. Is there anything currently on the chalkboard right now?
You pick it up, and it's just in a very childish scratch. Are you there? Well, this is going to be a clue. And welcome back. Abelard has gone off to his rooms, and a rather positive feeling Arnau is there as the rest of the group comes downstairs.
Where's Verity when I need Verity, I need your fan. Oh, thank you. Oh.
Now, what is wrong with you?
I know this look.
Oh, so do I.
Yes.
What?
He's drunk.
Nikoletta, your cousin, has a degree of charm. It's maybe a tad bit manipulative, but so am I.
A tad bit you met my cousin?
Yeah, he's here. The fat one?
I beg your pardon?
Tub of Lard, or whatever his name is.
Abelard Hoffman, yes.
Oh, all right. Deal with him later, I suppose. What did he say to you?
Many things. We talked about trade. We talked about our houses. He also thinks you should support reunification.
Interesting. We are about to travel down below to the catacombs. Would you like to come with us, or perhaps wine and dine my cousin some more?
He said he was going to bed, and I don't think it was an invitation. I'm not certain, but I don't think it was an invitation.
Do we need to wait about 2 hours for you to discover if that is an invitation?
2 hours?
2
That's how long it
hours.
takes?
That's really generous.
2 hours? I don't think he's
But
going.
how
to
long
last
do
2
you go?
hours. I don't think he's going to last 2 hours, darling.
Eiseners are known for their fortitude. Anyway,
Are we going down to the catacombs?
Well, I believe Arnau was about to go down, but
Into someone's catacombs.
On that note,
I believe it was an F sharp. We're going this way. So, Nikoletta guides you all in the path she knows well. You go a few floors down, and you pass through a fairly massive chapel / church area with signs, both Vaticine and Objectionist, set up. Asgeir, you would also recognize as you're moving through. I don't know if you've ever seen any of like the old cathedrals around, where when you kind of look, like you see, like there's a few pagan symbols kind of hidden in like old markings and signs that never got entirely co-opted.
So you mean the European ones that got gentrified by certain beliefs?
Indeed. You can see, like clearly the cathedral is old, probably older than the Vaticine faith. And while most of the symbology is Vaticine now, there are some marks to old ways. The Eiseners did not follow the gods of Vesim and Avignard, though there do seem to be some symbols. You recognize a symbol of the Grandfather and a few other things, as if whoever built the space was kind of covering all their bases, might be a safe way to put it. Like
appealing to the masses.
Yeah, we're not offending anyone here. Everyone's got a place where a candle can be lit to them if they like. Moving through there, and behind one of the stained glass windows, you then come to a staircase spiraling downwards, and it has a fairly similar feel to the passageway that she led you through the chapel back in Avalon, when you were making your way to the tunnels that had been co-opted by the men of culture. Immediately, you get this sense of cold, somewhat stale air. Not a lot of fresh air moving around down here. But it doesn't smell like a recently used catacombs. Doesn't seem to have been a regular burial spot. And none of the smells or sounds that you all have come to associate with the undead.
Nikoletta's she's poring over the notes, trying to decide which direction to go first.
All right. You've done this part of the trip often enough that this is not particularly a risk for you. Where are you headed to? Your great grandfather?
Yeah, the last time she saw Otto.
Okay. Heading down. Had she been down here since Otto's death?
I don't think so. Probably not.
Moving away, leading around, you all immediately start seeing symbols on the walls. Nikoletta will kind of point out some of the various noble families of Eisen. Some are still functioning. The markings of Heinzel are down there, which is the Duke that is attached to the expansion that's currently happening. Repeated references to the von Richters themselves. And as you're moving past, you also see an etching of roses. Again, no paint, so no way to tell if they were intended to be black or not, but there are also symbols of roses. Nikoletta, you'd never thought much of them before. Just seemed to be there to be pretty. Now you're not so sure. Moving in, moving around, you come to an area that has widened up somewhat. And this looks like it was made to be catacombs, whereas some of the catacombs you saw before had been cut into walls that were serving other purposes. These are actual cells and vaults that have been set up in order to house the dead and some of their possessions. And as you turn into a hallway, what light have we brought with us, by the way? Anyone can say they grabbed a torch or a lantern or something, just whatever.
Grab a torch.
Lantern.
Okay.
Candelabra.
Okay. Got all the things.
No.
The nice silver ones that were on in the chapel. You were able to.
No,
That
it's
we
just
didn't
the
spill
one in
oil
the
out of.
study that was on the desk
And,
that she was reading letters by.
Really setting the mood. Yeah.
She didn't really mean to take it. She was just not done reading, and then she was like, "Oh well, I guess I."
Oops.
I guess I'm carrying this now. I guess it's mine forever. You make a turn, Nikoletta, and you can see the line of cells barred and locked, and dangling from one set of bars, you see a corpse. Mostly skeleton now, though not entirely. Held together very loosely and just rattling, not moving. But clearly it's head at an awkward angle, and that was the last place you saw Otto.
Ah, hello, Otto. Still hanging out. Granvata?
You all walk around, and inside you immediately see treasure. Gold, silver, jewels, weapons. Well, carefully arrayed. Not a massive amount, though you could establish a pretty decent trading house with this. As you take a look, lying on a tablet, in the middle of all of it, is a skeleton. And it has not yet moved, even when Nikoletta calls.
Granvata?
Suddenly, a blue glow appears in the eye sockets. The figure sits up and turns. Its hands go to the slab it is on and pushes it up. You all have had quite a few interactions with the undead to this point. This is not hexen work, or at least not what you've come to associate with hexen work. Hexen work is ugly. It is dragged. It is jagged. It is monstrous. This has intention. This is, you can tell the nobility of the old Baron von Richter as he stands and he turns and he looks at all of you. He walks up to the bars and with a flick of his hand knocks the skeleton of Otto to the floor. So it's not in the way of the conversation.
Hello again, Granvata.
Bonsoir.
Looks around at each of them. And even though it's just a blue glow in the eye holes of a skull, each of you have this sense of being seen and being weighed and being measured. And then the eyes return to Nikoletta and the head cocks sideways slightly. And the clear implication of, and who are they?
These are my traveling companions. We have been finding undead across all of Thea, and our family crest among those undead across Thea.
A low, grumbly growl just comes out from him, but a nod.
And star charts. Star charts that sometimes were placed over spectral prisons.
Their popping sounds come from his jaw. And then it falls. At first, it falls open like a skeleton that's been lifted up, and the jaw is only barely attached. But then it comes up again and works itself. Apologies. And this is old Eisner. Nikoletta, you can understand it pretty flawlessly. Demetrius, a bit less so. Asgeir, you're picking up maybe every 3 words. You're getting some phrases you get, some you don't. Arnau, what's your scholarship?
1.
You're doing all right. Verity, what was your scholarship? 2. Okay, yeah, you're going to understand most of this. Apologies. Decades of silence.
It has been some time since I came to visit. My apologies as well.
The living do well to not spend too much time with the dead. One visit was honor enough.
Easier said than done in Eisen, Grandvater.
Rumors have reached me. But I am not like them.
I'm more curious if you know how our family crest came to be outside star charts beneath Montaigne.
Family were not always the holders of this castle. Once, we were hunters.
Asgeir. The blueprints.
Yes. And he kind of takes them out of a pouch, unfolds them, and hands them to Nikoletta.
You mean this?
The head tilts. You are not the firstborn.
No, that was Sarah. She's been gone for some time now.
Apologies. Your father began training you.
I never knew of any of it.
What? If Sarah is gone, you have no brothers.
None that I know of.
No younger sisters. And you are the only one left.
Yeah.
It was not your decision. It was kept from you. I apologize.
I made my own decisions, Grandvater.
Once, the first hunters hunted the monsters from across the seventh sea.
Hunters? What do you mean?
They were terrible, Nikoletta. Gigantic creatures. Terrible hunger. They slaughtered everywhere they went. They needed to be killed. Our family were among the first. We were not nobles then. But we were the best. We slaughtered many. But then we learned that the strategy of the war had changed. They were imprisoning them. But they needed a failsafe. The ones who could kill the creatures if they escaped.
The creatures. These were not monstrous, gigantic undead, was they?
Not undead. The Fae do not die. From across the seventh sea, the Fae creatures, the Great War. Older even than Old Empire.
Something about
Fairies.
She's like translating to Asgeir.
Yeah.
Broken paraphrasing. She's like, Eva, big one. She's going to be Batman.
Are we allowed to call them that anymore, Verity?
that person.
All of you.
And yet he keeps doing this for us.
Fair. All right. These undead, these new ones. These creatures of similar. Like your teachers. And he gestures to the skeleton on the floor.
Mm.
That magic did not take them into account. But your magic touches the seventh sea.
The Hexenmark.
The power to animate a corpse comes from somewhere. Not a soul, but an approximation of it. That is the basis of the undead. These new monsters. When Otto sought to raise me, he merely awoke what was already there.
What did he... Useless man, she kicks the skeleton. I do not understand what any of this means. And I'm not used to this.
I'm sorry that you weren't prepared. But perhaps the preparation you have is what you need.
What must we do?
First, I must speak to your father.
You haven't seen him? I assumed he came down this way. Gone for a fortnight.
How did you find the armor?
She points to Demetrius. He found... which gypsy was it that found the letter?
That was I.
A ladder.
To a room above his study.
It's weird to see a skeleton put its head.
Oh, my
decided,
empty headache.
He looks at Asgeir. It is a new era. In the old one, you'd have to die. Keep what you've seen and respect. We were once allies of All-Father. Looks back. No. There was a noise some time back. It is hard to track time down here. I do not wake quickly or easily, as you saw. Perhaps he came this way.
All right. I'll see if I can find him.
Why do you think he didn't teach you?
Look at me. And something that all of you would have noticed is that walking through Ison, seeing all the men and women of Ison, they are generally very tall. They're very stacked. They're very built. Nikoletta, by comparison, is very small. She's somewhat a bit of a runt.
He puts a hand up to the bars. Does not go through. Nothing that could be seen as threatening. He puts a hand against the bars. The armor was designed to be refitted. For many to wear it. You are small, but your mind is a weapon. I do not agree with his decision, as I made abundantly clear. But as one who was once a father and a grandfather, I can perhaps understand it. You are so young.
He trained Sarah. It was Sarah that was meant to rule everything. It was Sarah that was meant to take care of all of this.
And your training? You were trained in something.
She just holds up her Hexen workbook. The official trainings that I went through, that I led father and mother and even Sarah to believe, was that I was trying to figure out how to help Isoners with their thoughts, with their mental health. It is taxing living in this country. With so much dead and so much death surrounding everyone all of the time, it puts people under great amounts of stress. So I was to be helping with that. And then I found this and that.
Perhaps that was always what you were meant to find. Sometimes the work requires von Richter, not an assassin. He steps back. If he is down here, you must move quickly. And if not, I will tell you more about what your family really is.
Danke.
Bitte. And it steps back and lays back down on the slab.
She'll turn to everybody and go, I've said from the start, I did not want to come here. And she just starts walking.
I wanted to go to Weston.
Oh, don't worry, Verity. We will show you Wesson yet. Ah.
I like getting cold so that I have to get warmed up.
That could be
Delightful.
You have very good mulled wines up there. Because that's what
Oh,
she
Nikoletta.
All right, we are now moving in an unmapped, well, not entirely unmapped. Nikoletta has some notes. Section of Labyrinth. You have reason to believe there's a star map down here somewhere.
Yep.
Yep.
Who is going to take the lead on trying to find it?
Let's see. What would that be?
If you are just feeling things out and scouting, I would accept a wits and notice. If you are thinking of it as a military base, I would accept wits and warfare. If you're trying to deduce based on previous labyrinths you've seen, that would be wits and scholarship.
I mean, does it matter if I can't get lost?
We need a point of reference. I don't think we have one.
You do have a point of, so you are never going to get lost. You will always be able to eventually get them out. But that doesn't mean you can necessarily find something where you don't know where it actually is. So getting out,
like
will
not
be
being
on.
worried about getting lost. It's different. It's like, let's go.
Yeah.
There is
You
that.
can't find the thing, but you can get us back.
Arnau's going to do some scouting. She's gonna,
Okay.
like,
With a flare, I'm working with 5.
I've got 5 as a base stat too. So
What were the options? Wits and-
So it'll either wits and notice,
warfare.
wits and warfare, or wits and scholarship.
I've got 6 with my flair for wits and notice.
All right. So the first scouting.
Demetrius, if I ask Nikoletta about the zombie thing back there, how quickly do you think I'm going to get executed?
I don't know.
Do
How
the
long-
Asgeir reflex, like grab? No.
First rule: don't call it a zombie.
So that's a lot of raises on 6 dice. So that is 4 raises with the dice left over.
I forgot it was there.
I think I'm good on danger points for right now. So. I'm not gonna panic,
But you already used one on me. Don't you want to use another one on me later?
give me time once we buy down a little bit.
Stop giving him dice.
I already did it once. I'm done. I just want it
What
once.
did you roll, Verity? What?
she got 4.
What? But what was the skill that you rolled?
Scholarship.
Scholarship. Okay. So between Arnau's scouting and Verity's scholarship, Arnau gets a pretty good idea of how the labyrinth is actually laid out, and you're starting to get Verity. Since you rolled scholarship, what you are starting to put together is that though the turns of the labyrinth seem random and are certainly it's very good for turning people around, but you don't get turned around. And as you are moving, you start to get a feel for the pattern, and it's starting to feel a bit like a mandala. You're noticing the turns, and they feel intentional in ways you don't entirely understand, but you're starting to pick out the pattern. And combined with Arnau just doing some peak scouting, which is going to include, because you got 6 raises, is that correct, Arnau?
I got 4.
Oh, you get okay. 6 dice. Okay, so both of you with 4s. You are making really good time and moving towards the middle. And because Arnau got 4, as folks are moving around, Verity, who has started kind of talking out loud, just being like, "So this should be over here, and there should be a turn here." Arnau, you are able to suddenly see and grab and stop her from stepping into a pit.
We found it.
Would you look at that? He's not let go of Verity, who is currently dangling over the pit.
It's got the one booted foot over it, like, oh. And the ground, you really literally had not seen it moving around until your lantern, the candelabra, got there. And then you see light down a ways into the pit.
I think that there's stuff down below.
There's stuff down below like a hole. And
Well,
probably
I'm
spikes.
sure she'd lower the candelabra past the hole into the whatever's down there to see if she can
You do not see a bottom, just from candlelight.
Is there
You could drop a candle into it.
the sides of the hole, like if it's going down, like a well? Does she see, like, is this structural, or does it seem just like
It looks like
chasm?
a sinkhole. It looks like, this looks like something that happened naturally.
Okay.
Maybe a
How big
collapse
is the?
over time or
Like,
something like
they
that.
can't pass it.
You could step around it. You could step over it.
Oh, okay. Well, she's
But
gonna
it's definitely
step
big
over.
enough that if you fell, you might be able to stop yourself by putting your feet and your hands out, but that would be a bit rough.
Ding! Golden coin being like.
Okay.
And
You
down
hear
there.
some ping, 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 and then what sounds like it hitting the bottom. And you would guess tile.
How long does it take for it to hit the bottom?
About 10 seconds.
Oh, that's
Really?
deep.
That's quite a drop.
Um,
Again, she just steps over it.
Okay.
do we have
None of
any
this has
rope?
changed that she's gonna just step over it.
And for the record, as you've been moving around, the labyrinth is also 3-dimensional. There's sections where there's an incline down, some where there's an incline back up.
No, it's an
also
Escher painting.
makes a kind of sense to Verity as she's continuing moving you all forward. Following that pattern, does anyone want to take the lead on scouting while this is continuing?
I'll go next.
Okay. What's the notice?
2, 3, 4, 5.
Take a
Look
hero
at the
point.
holes.
Thank you.
I recommend now that you've gotten a hero point, you choose to fail, so you still hit hero point.
Chandler.
My name
Chandler.
is Chandler. 10.
His name is not my name too.
4, 5.
5. Would you like to make an edit?
I would like for us to find some rope moving forward so that we can head back to that hole at some point.
As you are moving around and you continue making your way down, you come to another pitfall. This one has rope going down it, and a mechanism set up to keep it in place. Looks like someone has climbed down this before.
All right. She starts, like, hands Asgeir back the blueprint, probably long before we get to this point, and starts tucking the journal in. All right. Anybody else want to go down with me? Or
I immediately, I kind of go ahead of her.
Okay. Brawn and athletics.
Hopefully this goes better than the window.
Be careful, Demetrius.
It did not. Of course, Verity. I would never. Oh shit!
1. Okay. Go ahead and take another 2 minor wounds as you mostly hit. You're climbing down. You're like, God, gotta get better at the whatever. Head over hand.
So
and then suddenly,
so many fucking one stories. So.
And then suddenly, about halfway. Well, you don't know if it's halfway down. But now Eric knows it's about halfway down. You come to the end of the rope. That looks like it ripped.
Well, this is precarious. Rope is only about halfway. Oh, I really don't know how much farther. How about another coin drop?
How about we have a Demetrius drop? How about it's so quiet we can hear a pen drop?
Is this the moment on now? You
Nikoletta
finally
tosses
have me
a
what
coin.
you've always wanted.
Did anybody
Nikoletta tosses a coin.
wear a cloak today?
Heads or tails, Demetrius?
Heads.
The coin does not hit you in the head as it goes past. And it's close though. It's like you're like, oh yes, I am in the way of the coin, that anything that they were about to drop. And you would guess probably about 15 feet down. It hits.
Yeah.
Again, did anybody wear a cloak today?
I've got a different idea. It's probably going to hurt though.
Wait, hold on. What is your
Are you
idea?
gonna climb down, Demetrius?
Verity first.
Jump down to put the axe in the wall and like ride it down the wall as it grinds into the stone.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. We could have done that the whole time.
I'm so much cooler than you.
Finesse and weaponry. Asgeir, finesse and weaponry from you, please.
All right.
No,
we
no, I
haven't used
like
weaponry
it.
yet today.
Well, then,
Go ahead.
if we're allowed
No,
to
I'm
mess
gonna-
with him, then Verity is gonna climb down Demetrius and be closer to the ground before she drops with, her perfect.
Oh, no, yes. Okay.
Please do.
Because it doesn't.
How can we math this out?
I would like a hero point when we get to that part.
All right.
I'll give you a hero point.
5. Okay. You masterfully make it down. Would you like an edit? And manage not to hit Demetrius with your axe as you're doing it.
That I actually find like on the way down, there's another length of rope that's been those climber spikes that are put in as you're climbing down.
Okay.
One of those where I can pull it and like, Demetrius, catch.
Oh, that was so cool. I just look at it.
Yeah, he says catch.
catches it with his
loops
teeth.
over
He's
you
like-
while you have And this is around the time Verity is now climbing down the rope and climbing down over you.
It could be helpful. Maybe she could take that bit of rope and tie it to the.
Yeah.
Hi, Verity. How are you doing?
Try not to move so much. The rope will break some more.
Oh.
She'd like do her best. She's got
Ties
a
it
dot
off.
sailing. She can knot a knot.
Yeah, yep.
Asgeir taught her how.
Fine. Well, I don't immediately see a skill that'd be good. So yeah, sure.
I have been teaching them how to tie knots for sailing.
This is based off Asgeir's edit. So we'll go ahead and say you're able to. There's now rope the whole way down. That the rest of the group, everyone make brawn. Well, this is just climbing down. So brawn or finesse, your choice, and athletics to make your way down. 2 risks of wounds. Now that
So
there's
Verity,
equal
while we
rope
are
and-
hanging out, would you like to go out again?
What?
Like as we're just swinging, like while we're hanging out, would you like to go out again?
Nikoletta, do you want to go down first or should I? I really don't want to go down. Do we need to do this really?
Could you promise me that you're not going to make things intentionally difficult for a giggle?
I mean, is it a
I'm going to
private
choose to
moment
fail
between
this roll for my 2 hero
Demetrius
points.
without
course
Arnau
you are.
hovering above us? Is it
They haven't started climbing down yet, so you are relatively
like, if Arnau's
private
not
right
there? Is it really happening?
now.
I can hear you.
That would be fine. Maybe not in Eisen. And she would just sort of blink down the link that was given and then drop actually rather than go all the way.
All right.
So I don't know if that
yeah.
would change the role. She was doing finesse and athletics anyways.
So yeah.
Can I activate my unfortunate?
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I
Son of a bitch.
I'm so glad I got off the roof.
I would like to think that right at that moment, Demetrius is like proud of himself. He's like, yes.
He was.
It's raining men.
I'm just gonna give Arnau, you get your 2 hero points and a dramatic wound from falling down this tunnel. This hole. So take 5 minors wherever that puts you.
Hold on. Let's put this in perspective. So Asgeir is going badass down the side of the hole, just rah! Those two are having a cute little moment, and as that moment passes, there's just Arnau down the middle of the hole.
I have the perfect TikTok audio for this moment.
Delightful.
All right, so Arnau is now down at the bottom. Nikoletta, do you have your roll?
I'm climbing. No, I don't know. What is it? Athletics and what?
Brawn and finesse, either brawn or finesse and
I got a
athletics.
4.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
This is gonna be sad.
Plus cat's great, so you would have really had to have a bad roll. Okay, so you're going to take 2 minor wounds. It's a bit rough on the hands, but as you all get down to the bottom, you see another length of the snapped rope.
No.
And laying near it, is a figure in Castilian clothing. It is armed with daggers, a rapier at its side, and the figure is masked.
Taking the mask off.
Yeah.
Looking at the rapiers.
Exceptionally fine make. As you kind of turn the figure over, Nikoletta, you don't immediately recognize it. But it's sort of like not quite a domino mask, but tied around the side, about that size though, tied all the way back. More Zorro than anything else. Arnau, you would recognize the general layout of one of Las Vagabundos. Notorious for hunting down corrupt nobility in order to protect the common people. Mostly operate in Castile. But have been known to operate throughout the end.
Castellans and Gravity don't get along.
Actually,
do they?
Demetrius, you would also be very familiar with the Vagos.
Yeah.
And most of you would have at least heard, like, they're not as well known in Montaigne because those sort of stories in Montaigne tend to be about musketeers, but all of you would be familiar with Las Vagabundos. You turn it over and the figure not dead.
We have a
Nicoletta,
live one.
Nicoletta's pulling out some of her herbs, just something to help wake him up a little bit. Maybe she doesn't really have anything that's going to help, but like a smelling salt.
The eyes open under the mask, and I'm not able to pull up the accent right now, but a Castilian accent. Walter, please.
Well, I have wine.
So Demetrius hands a water skin.
Yeah.
Hydrated, eye straight.
Oh man,
That I somehow came down the rope with intact.
you can't do that to me during Pride Month.
And thank you. Demetrius, you know an assassin when you see one.
Pull out my blade. Yeah. So, who are you here to kill?
He looks up at you. And it's clear his, like, in the light that you all have brought with you, he's having a lot of trouble seeing you all, but it's harsh. Thank you for the water in any case. leg pretty clearly broken as he's trying to move around.
Ooh, that does not look too good. But regardless, you are definitely going to fail whatever mission you are on, so you might as well tell us, what was your target?
Demetrius. Is that you?
Do I recognize? And I take off his little band.
Okay. You did not recognize the voice. You did not recognize the face. But when you reach over and pull off the mask, everything shifts and changes. The clothes suddenly are that of Eisner nobility. His voice now has the Eisner accent. This is Asgeir von Richter.
Vata.
Nikki.
She's at his side instantly.
He wraps his arms around you and is more than a little leaning on you.
What are you doing?
You'd sent that communication to mind the catacombs.
To mind them, not fall down a hole.
I was trying to use climbing equipment and the rope snapped.
Could have used an axe.
Could have used the armor that you have tucked away in that attic.
Oh, the million of gods that you could have had come with you, and
Roll still.
And he's trying to keep his balance on his one good leg. You saw the armor.
I saw the armor. I saw the blueprints. Found you. Asgeir and Demetrius helped me find your room. Did you
Please
not
don't
stop to
kill
talk to Gun? Did you not stop to talk to Granvata?
It is not an easy thing to speak to the undead these days in our nation, as you know. But that isn't your problem, is it?
You're the only one with secrets.
I do not speak with judgment. There is a chamber. Massive doors. It took 2 trips before I could get it open. Not touched in a long time.
well, perhaps we should first get you back to your castle. You don't seem like you would be much good with that broken leg.
Do any of you have the makings of a splint?
We can fashion something.
He kind of lays down back against the passageway and holds out his leg. Well as he can. It's literally kind of like flopping around loose.
Yeah, we'll use our mastercraft stuff to try to throw something together.
And that's just with stuff you have on hand. You don't. It's a hero point in order to do the thing, right? So you.
No, just as with time spent. Just takes me longer.
All right, you take some time, and you were able to put together a splint that at least stabilizes his leg. If I could have a bit more of that water, I'll be fine here for a bit. I'm food if anyone has any, but probably not much all at once.
I have some thin soup.
I
That would probably be
I'd leave
better.
on my rash. I just leave on my water skin and rations.
Okay. Thank you, Demetrius.
Mm.
thin soup and some aged cheese.
I have never been so well rescued.
Mm.
He leans back and he looks at Demetrius and is like, I sent you to keep her out of trouble. Apparently, I was worried about the Ron von Richter. Oh,
Yes. A lot of secrets.
Normal in your family.
Nikoletta just looks at Verity like, are you serious right now?
he looks up and goes, lots of secrets. This, and he gestures to the mask. I'd already begun altering the armor. I couldn't bring myself to alter it back. But an old friend needed a favor.
Who is this old friend?
See what he said.
When I wear this mask, and he puts it on and the transformation happens again. I am El Vagabundo.
Fancy.
So, you're an Eisner noble pretending to be a Castilian.
I am El Vagabundo. Whoever wears the mask is El Vagabundo. There are three. The Inquisition would give a pretty penny to discover this.
Why you?
There were those who sought to take advantage of what is happening in Isen, not just those who raised the dead. Nobles who wish to become emperors, warlords, turning the people into monstrosities for their own purpose. I slew them. No, wait, he wouldn't say that. Eric von Richter slew those, and so was deemed worthy to carry the mask.
Perhaps this is a conversation to finish when we're out of a pit.
Not.
And we have a chamber to investigate. Nikoletta just stands up.
Nikki, any of the seems the last time we are in a star chamber, we are immediately attacked. Gestures over to his blade. Do you have any?
Yes, come here. I've got some of the scourge pain left. Not much though. And she'll hand him over like a little bitty vial. It's just enough to coat the blade.
Yeah, I'll just hold on to it and just have it kind of ready. Don't want to waste it in case there isn't a fight, but it's just like.
As you all look around, you recognize the tiled floors and you realize, yes, this is the main thoroughfare that leads to a star chamber. It looks almost identical to similar ones that you have seen now in Avalon and Montaigne. You are able to move and make your way down. As you go, he removes the mask again. As you all move and make your way through the hallways,
Verity would leave the candlestick with her dad, and somehow inconspicuously slip the letters she's been reading back into his purse, and she'd just be like, do.
He's not actually dead. He should probably have them back.
I mean, she's keeping one. The best one.
The best one.
The juiciest.
With maybe a side look back to him, it's like, if her description of his body was accurate.
You know your father in his youth.
Look at Baron von Richter keeping bees.
Nicola's like, I really wish you'd shot me. I really wish you'd just shot me.
I really do.
And you make your way and you come to the massive doors that you have seen that lead into yet another star chamber. And as you move, no sign of noise, no moan, no smell.
Looking around the room, checking the symbols, and she pulls out her notebook to compare the pictures she's drawn of the other ones.
And again, you are able to fill in more information. You now have a better clue on where you would be looking in Vestin Menaviniar. Not too far from is Kempenesfiel. And Vestin Menaviniar, and near one of the location of the one in Uzura is near Pavtlo, which is Uzura's capital.
Okay. All right. We've got the location of the next two charts in Vestin and Nosora, at least. Can I have her check around the chamber for signs of some kind of escape?
Interesting. What's to notice?
Two, three, four, five. Three.
Looking around, the northern oriented of the doors in the star chambers looks like it's been partially cracked by something that was hurling itself at it from the inside. And the idea of something that could partially break one of these doors just by hurling itself at it is
something.
Lets you know the size of what you were dealing with.
Yeah.
Certainly bigger than the Hexatitan that you all faced. And as you were looking around, you realized that one of the additional things down here along the walls, whereas in Avalon, the inner walls separate from the star map, which was, pretty much full way around, were basically blank. And in Montaigne, underneath Charus, there was extra filigree and stuff like that. Very, it wasn't Montaigne yet, but definitely a proto-Montaigne love of flair and stuff in the walls. Here, you see images made from collections of stars painted around them of human beings fighting monsters. With swords, with spears, and over again, male and female, the humans fighting are wearing something that looks an awful lot like the armor that you saw.
She'll get a few rough copy drawings of that. Well, I certainly didn't expect to find any of this nonsense. How about the rest of you? As she's copying it down.
This is about typical.
Typical.
Was I not supposed to say this out loud?
Honestly, I've stopped having expectations walking into these places.
Isn't it the same?
Not quite.
I mean, in the first one, she had zero notice. In the second one, so this would be the first time she's retaining anything from doing. Like, they're all the same? What? No, was it?
Interestingly, Verity, as you're looking around, suddenly you spot your family sigil. Like Nicoletta's, it has changed over time. There has been artistic drift. But you're fairly certain that's your symbol.
Which one of you has fire? She gave her candle away. So
I have a lantern.
she's gonna like grab Demetrius and drag him over towards it. Nikoletta, will you come and sketch this for me, please?
Yes, certainly. Should take it down.
It is connected. And again, as in the other places before, you're seeing the signs of different, you would assume, families who were involved in this construction. Verity, this one seems close to one of the hunter figures carrying a spear. And the point of the spear is pointing in an area that you all have associated with Vidachi.
Another stop to make, I suppose.
Now you'll remember Vidachi did not have
Yeah.
a star chamber, but might have had the command center.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the point of the spear.
Starting to wonder exactly how closely all of us are tied into this. Seems the further we get.
It is quite a coincidence that the two nobles in our party happen to be families are connected.
Well, my family is not actually. Well, it once was, and now it is not. But yeah, I see your point.
And my family was not always nobility, but simply has become that. So, again, yes, there is a point there.
It's the noble lines of the higher gentry make such a big deal about keeping things in order and keeping track. That's
Yes. Montanian purity culture is a problem. 2 nobles? Demetrius?
That's what you took away from him.
Sorry, I didn't mean to upset
You're a dude.
I'm such a. Go ahead, look around. Maybe your family's staying somewhere around here. Did you check that corner?
Are you a king that I forgot about, Arnau?
I would say my family. We don't have sigils.
I am a grand lord.
In not a
I am a
venti
grande.
or a tall.
Sure, not a venti?
We are in your house, so I will respect you, Nikoletta von
We
Richter.
are under her house. It's actually very different.
I will not tolerate this. Nonetheless, it is weird, granted, but it's especially weird that a minor know-nothing house like the Victoire-Couteau are here, and as well.
Minor.
Oh no.
Someone hurt Arnau's feelings, and now he must retaliate.
Your house
Me. Demetrius did it.
His house did not fall from grace quite as hard as he fell into this.
Stray bullets. Friendly fire.
Demetrius, you hear a voice. So close. You're so close.
God damn it.
But not in this chamber. She can't do it in this chamber.
Which chamber?
The one you're in. It's designed for capturing fey creatures. You would imprison her if she were to use it here.
So where should she use it?
Away from the Star Chamber. You all hear Demetrius apparently talking to himself.
What was that, Demetrius?
Sarah's talking to me again.
She seems very chatty lately.
Yeah.
Pardonnez-moi.
They make herbs for this, Demetrius. You can
Shut
go
up,
to an
shut up,
apothecary.
shut up.
You are talking to a dead woman.
Yeah. And I've been talking to her for, I don't know how long it's been, since the boat.
Demetrius, if she's coming across the veil to speak, you should listen.
They do make herbs for this, though.
Yes, I've tried all of them, and it's not that.
What is she saying?
She's saying you can't speak to her in here. If you try to do the thing we talked about,
But the Wraith Walk. Of course I can't do it in here. It's a spectral prison. I would die.
she's saying you're very close, and she's prompting me to convince you to do it, and that's where I'm getting skittish.
Not here.
No, but the fact that she sounds excited. And I'm vibing with a trap.
I'm not of a separate school of thoughts than you from that, but we don't have many options. And at the very least, walking into a trap aware of the fact gives you some headway.
Do you have Nikoletta, do you have some attraction to traps? Is this something that you do, like walk into them? Because you've done this on multiple occasions now. I think we should avoid that.
I'm
And
going to
also-
say this one last time for all of you to understand. I made a calculated risk from something that I thought was a credible threat. I
wasn't just
know you
talking
think
about
it was
that.
stupid. I know you think I am ridiculous. I know you all think me a child for it. I don't care. I was trying to save your lives. And she turns around and she walks back to her dad.
I follow right behind quietly.
And just like that, I have managed to save her life because this most likely was a trap. So,
She was
Yes, and all she did was say the exact words I yelled at her back at us, so it makes her invalid. So everybody, let's move on.
You know, Arnau, you can be full of yourself, but what you're full of could be shit.
It's what it
Yes.
smells like.
if she's angry enough at me, she won't think about doing the Wraith Walk. Because she'll be angry and plotting to murder me, and we'll be able to talk her out of it later.
What are we doing?
Well, right now we're leaving the star chart room because
Well,
there's not much more
We
here.
we should probably follow those two. They're not going to carry her father up. Like, we know who's going to do that.
Verity?
All right.
You want
You
me
all-
to carry her father?
Will not corrupt.
You all get back to where Nikoletta and Eric are, and together you are able to sort of pick him up.
You said there
and-
was rope on the ground, right? When we got here?
Mhm.
Yeah, we're tying good old Lordship von Richter to my back.
Oh, right. This part.
Yep. I know this is not flattering, but
No. My pride has been thoroughly squashed for the day. All right, so go ahead and give me a brawn in athletics with a 2 dice penalty because you're carrying a whole ass man on your back, and he's
Take a
not
hero
small.
point.
take
And
that.
this is how her father dies.
No, it's fine. I can't do any worse than Arnau did.
Well, I chose to fail.
Exactly.
And now that he said that out loud before he rolled.
3.
All right.
Respectful.
1 minor wound just from some rough stuff on the hands as you are able to climb up and make it up into the chambers. He's actually helpful. Like, he's strapped to your back, but he's also using his hands to kind of help with yours. So the going is actually not as bad as it could have been. He's not in the best position to help, but he does what he can to at least take his own weight off of you. And it's more awkward than anything else. And you get up. And just for the sake of keeping things moving along, you all are able to get up to the, we'll say all the way up into the castle.
And he gets a long talk on the way up about being a dad and listening to his daughter. One dad to another.
I listened to her. That's why I didn't train her. She had a path picked. I let her follow it. It wasn't one I could admit to knowing.
We don't get to choose the path our children follow.
And I
We
didn't.
just be here to help pick them back up when they stumble on it.
And sometimes they do it for us too. You all are able to make it. Soon he is up in his room, lying on his bed. One moment. Erica is kind of just sort of around him, sort of just check things. He's like, Erica, my dear, I am well, thank you. If you could explain to the cook to go in light food for a while, but plenty of it. And she's like, yes, of course. Runs off, and he leans back and kind of pushes himself up. You all have done a great service here. I take from my daughter's letter that you have seen other star charts and had difficulty there.
That is one way to phrase it.
Undead. Hexenwork undead.
Yes.
They have not penetrated our castle. Any ways that could have led them that way were long ago sealed off in order to keep the people safe in here. The labyrinth was the last place that we were going to send people if everything else fell. Were you able to find something useful?
Nikoletta, this is your expertise.
There's quite a few drawings all around the star charts. I think the next wisest place for us to go is likely going to be in Usura, then perhaps maybe Verity.
Actually, the two best locations you have now are Usura and Vestin Manavinyar.
Vestin, sorry, yes,
Yeah.
Vestin.
He nods. I will not keep anything further from you. Ask, and I will tell you to the best of my ability.
I don't know. I don't know. Here I thought that I was doing such a clever job hiding Hexenwerk from you, thinking you would be furious. And then I find that you have an entire legacy that I knew nothing about, that not only you kept from me, but Sarah as well. Did Mother know? So it was just me then that played the fool.
You were just coming of age when we would have told you. I didn't want you leaving the path you had chosen for yourself to try to take her place. I didn't want you feeling like you needed to be her.
I wanted to cure Ison of this undead plague.
And you are working towards that, are you not?
I was. This has been somewhat sidetracked for about several months now. She looks back at the group.
You're still doing what you can.
You are stopping undead from overrunning Avalon, from overrunning Sharus.
By proxy, I suppose. finding undead muscatari with failed experiments.
You are hunting.
In a way, I suppose.
Even without telling you. You became one of us. On your own. In your own way. This is not an excuse. But an observation.
You were not the only one hiding things, Father.
I know.
I'm just surprised.
Your mother didn't approve of it.
That does not surprise me.
Said I was too old to continue running around masked. Assassinating evil lords.
I don't imagine those conversations went very well.
She never forbade me. She just made it clear she did not approve.
No, that I do not believe. But what would you have me do now? You're going to be bedridden for quite a while, and I don't expect you to be back on your feet right away.
He frowns and tilts his head as he looks at you. What do you mean? What would I have you do? You have a quest of your own, do you not?
Well, yes, but I cannot leave you here in this state.
You can.
To deal with your cousin on your own.
I am alive. Abelard will be as he was when you left the first time. In the wings, with all of his ambitions, but an eyes and a heart like yours. Secrets of his own.
And reason enough to get my friend drunk. Yes, very comforting. Well, I suppose we have things to do, yeah? And she'll look at Demetrius, Verity, Asgeir, and Arnau.
You will have your time here. Take the rest you need.
Yes, like, can we maybe have a night of sleep inside the building before we run off again?
I didn't mean we need to leave right now, just that we have... All right, fine.
What?
You may have... You may remain here as long as you need. The next caravan back to Freiburg will be... I just realized I don't even know what day of the week it is. When it leaves, you will be welcome to go along. And in the meantime, take the aid you need. The rest you need. You all look very tired. That's me saying that.
We've looked worse.
That is true.
Like the volcano.
I look
Volcano.
fine at the volcano.
You were at the volcano.
There was a volcano with a pirate ship sailing on the lava, and it was quite madness.
Very attractive pirate. We'll kill him one day.
How could you
There
know
are
how attractive-
bleeding roses that we keep finding everywhere.
Oh, yes, that. Oh,
That is not
Oh.
a euphemism, by the way.
I'm not certain what. Anyway, what about roses?
we've found roses infected with vampirism.
Do you have one?
Not presently on me, but it is among the my things. I would have to go to my room to get it. She could take the
Yeah.
5 minutes it would take.
Yeah. If you go and bring it back, he looks at it carefully.
It's still in the reliquary.
Oh, yeah. So. Fascinating. Vampirism, you say?
Yeah, I even made a tea from some of it, and she has the small container of it.
When did you When did you make tea out of the roses?
Holds out his hand and looks at that.
When we were at the ball. Tea was steep.
I'm so proud.
What is the purpose of the tea?
A way to drink it, to test its essence on a living soul. Without subjecting them to the thorns, I presume is how it feeds.
So far as I've noticed, yeah.
So to build immunity, you created a tea.
To see what attributes of it could be derived.
Have you drank this tea?
No.
Do you intend to?
Uncertain.
Do you need a test subject?
No.
You may let Arnau drink it. Yes, actually, I am perfectly fine
No,
with that. You
no.
may not drink it.
We have already. It is my own creation. If anybody's going to drink it, I'm going to drink it. But that's
No,
not-
Dr. Nikoletta, Mrs. Hyde, we are not.
If I may. He laughs. This is a very familiar conversation from my younger days. From when I first met your mother, in point of fact. But in any case, it is good to know that there are some around who can temper the von Richter curiosity. Nikoletta, you saw how I got wounded. We do have a tendency to rush in.
I have had that tea for weeks now, thank you.
I am not accusing. Fine. There are. If you go to my study, the one you've recently discovered, if you have desire to test the functionality of various poisons, unduits, there are creatures in Eisen, not human, but near humans, that can make decent test subjects and are dangerous for the human populations anyway, and so often need to be hunted. I don't know how many are left, but it could provide test subjects. And he hands all of the pieces back. Friends, thank you. I don't know how much longer I would have made it down there, but I can tell from how Erica is hovering in the doorway, I have spoken too long and should probably rest.
Well, if you're half as stubborn as your daughter, it would have been at least another week.
Maybe once, but now she is far more stubborn, and I'm very proud of her. And she's angry at me, and rightfully so.
It's all right. You will be receiving a letter from me with lots of details of what she has been doing.
Verity. Careful, you have family I can write to as well.
Go right ahead.
You have much to be
They
proud
will
of.
read your letter. He will read mine.
All right, and Erica comes in and is like, all right, everyone, I'm afraid I must insist. He will be able to take visitors again in the morning, or rather, he will insist on it, and I don't have the authority to keep them out. And that's a throwback. She leads. Erica sees you all out, and you all are able to go to rooms that have been set up for you. Nikoletta, the rooms that you grew up in, and the rest of you guest rooms wherever. Demetrius, there's actually a small room in the family quarter that was always assigned to you first when you were Sarah's protector, and then Nikoletta. So you can have that if you want, or it's like you have more than earned guest chambers if you desire them. But
what's in closer proximity?
Definitely Close proximity to who?
Nikoletta.
To Nikoletta would be your old chambers.
And
in the family quarter.
Old chambers it is.
Anything else anyone gets up to before? It must be said, a very long day and now getting late into the night. You all have been on the move since you left Freiburg. Okay. Verity. Would you have been particularly curious about this castle? Like, as you've been sort of poking around, looking at things and stuff like that. How curious are you? Do you go straight to bed or are you doing any looking around?
She would, at the very least, change clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And then she would probably explore, you know, in the nightgown with the candelabra, ready to get murdered.
Okay. In a nightgown with
Maybe
the
less
candelabra.
so until she saw her family crest in the deep catacombs, and then she was like, what else kind of shit's in this house?
So you're looking around and you've got the candelabra in the nightgown, and as you're moving through the hallway, you turn a corner and you see a female figure, and similar to you, seeming almost like a nightgown, pale, with hair and turns, and looks at you curiously. Has a similarity to Nikoletta.
Bonsoir. I'm sorry to disturb you.
No disruption. If anything, I'm the one intruding.
Oh, do you not live here?
I did. Once. Years
Verity
ago.
would get a little closer.
Nikoletta, would you describe what Sarah von Richter... No, better yet, Demetrius.
No.
Would you describe what Sarah von Richter looks like? You are muted.
God, I don't want to screw it up, but very much like Nikoletta, but vastly more broad, like taller, wider in the shoulders, more athletic, but very pretty, and but confident, general stance, and I don't know what would be a good description of eyes and nightgown, but generally will walk with a natural confidence.
All the same.
And,
Nightgown.
just nightgowns with a
They're
nightgown.
chemises. Like, there's nothing crazy.
Yeah. You know, the only thing that kind of spills out for her will be her confidence and general.
Would she look even more like Nikoletta when I get closer?
So from a distance, you might have mistaken her for Nikoletta, but as you get closer and she gets better illuminated by your candles, you can see the differences.
After having also met their dad, does she look like their father?
You can definitely see. You can see that the armor was being crafted for her. After what you've seen and what you've looked at.
Where are you going?
Wandering. Remembering.
Are you Sarah?
Which of them mentioned me?
Who are them?
Nikki.
Oh,
Demetrius.
well, of course. They speak of you always.
You're strong in his thoughts.
Okay. Do you need help finding them? She'd point like down the hall, like she's like, it's that way. You're going the wrong way.
I thought I was going to him again. I I seem to have been diverted. Your emotions run almost as strongly as his. Relief, anger, bubbling resentment.
Your sister, Mrs. Eve.
I am kept from her.
By who?
By herself.
Demetrius thinks you are a trap.
I am.
Nikoletta wants to jump into the trap.
It is not that nature of trap. But you've no reason to believe me when I say that, if I am a trap. And I am.
Where were you being sent just now?
Like I said, to Demetrius, but I was diverted.
But you said it is like I did it.
She holds up a hand to her head. As I said, you are in his thoughts.
Does Demetrius control you?
He is a beacon that I can follow. He feels deeply.
She would try to touch her.
You step forward and she hesitates for a second, but then nods and holds out her hand. And your hand, for a second, touches hers. And it is deathly cold. But then your hand passes through it.
Are you really dead?
If you're asking if I'm a ghost, sort of.
I'm asking if you died.
She opens her mouth and fangs lengthen out.
And Verity takes a step back.
I could not let you know. She passes her hand through the wall next to her. I'm growing tired, and I must go back and report my failure. I'd hoped here I could reach her.
What did you fail?
I'd hoped I could appear to her. Failing that, appear to him. But that was not the task.
What would you have said to him?
She smiles. One should only tell the competition so much. And she fades away. And with that, we are going to bring this episode to a close. Thank you so much to Basics of the Game for hosting us. Thank you to Dragon of the Dark Rose for producing us. And until next time, keep playing more games.